Hi everyone and welcome back to LovelyGirlieBits / LovelyGardenyBits, because today's video is a mix of beauty and garden. And I love that. That's like my favourite combination. On another note, actually, I recorded a podcast recently and we were talking about wellness and beauty. And it's something that I want to talk about in a different video because we only got like a small amount of time to like have a chat about that. But I always find with me, when it comes to wellness and self-care, I tend to gravitate towards the brands that link in with nature, that have natural ingredients at the heart of what they do. So I think I'll do a video about that because there are some beautiful brands that just make me feel unreal. But today's video is all about the hands. Like jazz hands. Je suis une gardener. I need to look up what the French word is for that. My hands are always like in the soil. And actually a few of you have inspired this video because anytime, well most times, whenever I have my hands in the soil, if I'm out in the garden or like digging up and everything, invariably I will get concerned messages from some of you saying, you should be wearing gloves, like mind your hands, you should be wearing gloves. And I'm just like, but I don't want to. For me, it's like a sensorial thing. I just love like the hands and then you feel like you've had a good day's work and your hands are filthy at the end of the day. Nothing better. But then I was researching properly recently, and there is a scientific study that says that putting your hands in the soil makes you a happier person, because when you put your hands in the soil, it releases this bacteria. So the bacteria, I think, is called or pronounced Mycobacterium vaccae. I'll put the name here. And when your hands come in contact with that and your skin comes in contact with that bacteria, it triggers the release of serotonin. That's the happy hormone. And it makes so much sense because I don't know how many times I like go out into the garden like either stressed or in bad form or just needing to just escape for a few minutes, and I just want to like do things in the soil, and then I come back in a happier person. Now maybe it is the placebo effect, but maybe it is that little bacteria that's like going in through my hands that's giving me my serotonin. Do you know? Listen, I need all the serotonin I can get. So unless I'm doing like a real mucky job, probably never going to wear gloves, like rarely, or unless if I'm weeding something that has like thorns or like it's just gross. But other than that, like if I'm going to be planting and seed sowing, I wanted to talk about some of my favourite products that help my hands look and feel their best, like considering what I put them through. The first protocol whenever it comes to looking after your hands is a hand cream, and I love this one. This is from L'Occitane. This is their hand cream, and this has how much shea butter? 20% shea butter. This is one of the most iconic products from L'Occitane, and for good reason. My mom loves this. We always have a few tubes of this on the go. This is her one. My one's in my bag. I have like a Christmas one over there as well. And this is like the handy little size for your handbag. And this is a beautifully rich hand cream that basically feels like a cocoon on your hands. And it keeps your hands hydrated, supple, nourished, and it's not greasy either. I'll actually put a little bit on my hands so you can see the texture. So, like the smell of it. Like, it smells so comforting to me. Let me rub it in so you can see how quickly it blends into the skin. So this is made of 96% natural ingredients, which we love. 20% shea butter. It's so lightweight, and like look, this hand is going, thank you, I'm hydrated, whereas this hand is like shriveled and withered. It's made with organic fair trade shea butter. I just love the smell of it. Now if you've tried this but your hands need a little bit of extra something, they have this. And this is the Shea Intensive Hand Balm. So this has 25% shea butter in there. So while this is for those with like normal skin, this is for those that have really super dry skin. And there are times when my hands need this. Sometimes I find if I'm in a certain compost, afterwards, like my skin, especially on the palms of my hand, and I know it's down from the soil, can feel kind of like tight. That's when I go in with this. So let me show you the texture of this compared to the other one. So this is like properly thick and unctuous. For me, I wouldn't use this every day. That would be the regular hand cream. This to me is more like a hand treatment or a hand mask, and it has allantoin in there, which is a really moisturizing, soothing, nourishing ingredient on the skin. And again, it just smells gorgeous. Why am I holding up my hand like this? And like look, there's no greasy film on the skin. It's just a layer of hydration, of moisture, of nourishment. Oh, my hands are feeling so good. The next product is one that I am never without. I haven't been without a tube of this for, oh god, probably since it launched. And it's the Roche-Posay Cicaplast Baume B5. This has so many different uses, so it's not just for those who like to be out in the garden. It can be used by the whole family, even kids, and essentially it soothes, repairs and protects the skin. So if you're somebody like me who doesn't wear gloves outside and you have a tendency to be a little bit clumsy, or you can get like a nick or a scrape. Like the other day I got one from Rose, and then also the ivy was kind of poking me a little bit. So if you have little nicks on your skin, you can apply this to the nick, and this helps to speed up the skin's natural repair process. You can put this onto rashes if you have any dry patches on your skin, or if your skin is irritated. I like to apply this as a mask on my face sometimes. I'll use it as a lip mask if I have a little bit of sunburn, but I really try hard not to let that happen. I'll apply it onto there, and it just helps to, again, form that cocoon on your skin to just soothe it, moisturize it, nourish it, and protect it. For me, it's one of those staples in the home. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a go. The next thing that I think has changed the game for me as a gardener who loves beauty and who films videos like this and, you know, films content on Instagram is this next product. This is my 14-day manicure. This is an at-home gel light, LED light. And I got this for my birthday about 2.5 years ago. And it's just unreal. So since then, I've bought so many different colours. Like right now, I'm wearing, do you know, a little bit of a sage green to match my clothes. This shade is called Tickle His Pickle. I just thought that was funny. And yeah, you get 14 days out of this. Sometimes I get longer. But I find that with regular polish and me out in the garden, not wearing gloves, regular polish chips so much on me. But with this, I can go out, but my nails are grand. Last weekend, I don't know when I applied this. I'd say we're probably just over a week now, maybe. And over the weekend, like a few days after I applied this, I was out in the garden over the weekend. And what were we doing? Oh, I was like lifting up bags of mulch and bags of soil and cutting the grass and trimming the grass and potting things on and planting things. And my nails looked perfect. This, I have many different colors, and I would say maybe the start of next week or maybe on Sunday I'll change my nails so that I have a fresh set for the next couple of weeks, and I can just go about my life happy out in the Jardin, in the soil, make myself happy. Now, speaking of nails, I know that this is like just such a basic thing, but I have a nail brush. This is a brand new one because the one that we had before was manky because I use the living daylights out of it. So we have one upstairs, that one, and then one downstairs in the kitchen, so that when I come in, if I want to do something, I can just like give it a nail scrub. Such a basic thing, but I'm telling you now, between the 14-day manicure and this, my nails are spotless and they're clean and they're lovely. And the final product is also from L'Occitane, and I've used this for years. This is the Shea Nail and Cuticle Nourishing Oil, and I love it so much. So it's like a little brush. And the idea is, I'm going to try and do this so you can see it, is that you give it a little squeeze and then a little drop of oil comes out. And this will help to keep the skin around your nails nice and nourished. So like this. And it helps to keep the nails nice and strong too. So I love that. That looks very weird that I just smelt my nails, but it's really nice. Now this contains 30% shea oil, and oil means that it can like really get into all the nooks and crannies. So if you don't have time to be like rubbing it in and really massaging it in, which I do like to do, you know, especially if I'm giving myself a manicure, like after I do my nails, I'll apply this and my nails are just like perfect. And the fact that it's small and has a little brush applicator means that it's perfect for popping in your handbag for on the go. And I love the fact that this has 99% ingredients of natural origin. I feel like whatever we're putting on our hands, you know, right in the soil, working the land. And then we get to look after our hands with like nice natural ingredients. Like, it's safe to say I'll never be a hand model, but you know what? That's okay, because I'd much prefer to have the hands plunged into the earth, into the soil, the compost, the seed compost, into the mulch, you name it, because that's what brings me joy. And if I can have my hands looking halfway decent with those products, all the better. Anyway, I hope my fellow gardeners enjoyed that, and I gave you some inspiration for, first of all, getting out into the garden, hands in the soil, but then also if you do that, to be able to look after your hands afterwards and make your hands look lovely. Also, if you're a gardener, what products do you use on your hands? Now, obviously, it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, SPF is key. I'm SPF'd like head to toe, well, not head to toe. Like if I have clothes on, I don't do my SPF, but I always make sure to have like any part of my skin that's exposed will have SPF on. But maybe that can be like another day's video. But if you have other products that you use for your hands to keep them nourished and hydrated, because I'm always on the lookout for like new products, but those are the ones that I go back to time and time again. They're fab. But I'd love to know your recommendations in the comments below. Thanks a million for watching, and I will see you in next week's video.